Let's see those juice boxes, y'all. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Red Room Talk. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Jen. The Red Room Talk is a show about love, intimacy, and interpersonal relationships, including self, to erase different social stigmas. We are here to have candid discussions and cut through those stigmas to show that in the end, no matter your background, we all have commonalities when it comes to matters of the mind and the heart. Nothing is off the table in the Red Room Talk. Last episode, if you missed us, that's okay. You can find us on YouTube by clicking that link in my profile and subscribing. Last episode, we talked about insecurities, but this week we're going to discuss mental health with this week's topic, mental health check. We have an all-star cast. We have my ever beautiful co-host, Mr. Strawberry. We have Tender coming to the stage, and we have Cajun coming to the stage. But let's find out how the panel feels about mental health. But please do stick around till the very end. We will need the audience's help later in the show, so don't go anywhere. Before we get started, all I ask is you keep your mind open and your language clean. First things first, I'm going to let you guys in the box to introduce yourselves, and then we will get started. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. We're waiting on one more.
How are you guys?
Phenomenal. How you doing? Happy Saturday, everybody.
Happy Saturday. Feeling spicy over here. We're doing great.
Okay, a little spicy. We're just waiting on one more. But while we're waiting, Mistress, go ahead, because we do let ladies go first. Go ahead and introduce yourself while we're... Oh, no, here she is. Hold on. There we go. We are polite here on the Red Room, so ladies do go first. So go ahead, Tender, and introduce yourself. And then we'll move on to Mistress, and then we'll go to Cajun.
Good evening. My name is Tender174. I don't really stream, but I am a licensed clinical therapist in real life. I am licensed in several states. I have my master's. I have my PhD, and I am licensed in Illinois, Missouri, Virginia, Maryland, soon to be New York, and hopefully several other states. I have done this I have worked in therapy and in the social organization for almost 24 years. So this is something very near and dear to my heart. My platform on social media is It's Okay to Not Be Okay. And I work specifically with the Black and Brown community, because that is where we definitely are lacking, especially with the young men, Black men, and Black and brown men, because a lot of times they feel that it is not okay to seek therapy. And I am always here to show that it is definitely okay to not be okay and to talk to somebody that you're not okay with. So these beautiful ladies know my work. So
that's what's up.
Mistress, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Everybody that been here knows who I am, Mr. Strawberry, the co-host of the show right here at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also catch me again in here on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the show Her with our other co-host Vicky Secrets. And streaming wise, catch me if you can. Some people have caught me, some people haven't. And my new show coming soon, Mistress After Dark. So stay tuned for that.
Already. My turn?
It's your turn.
Let's go. All right, so everybody knows me. My name is Cajun, King Cajun of the Spicy family. Y'all can catch me every day, pretty much in the afternoons or late night, you feel me? What I do is I sell hot sauce. That's what I do. I make hot sauces for people. If you can think of an idea that we could actually create, I'll create it for us. You'll try it on stream and we'll get it cracking. You feel me? We'll sell it on in real life for like 6 months and you'll get about 15% of that profit. But yes, I do sauces. Outside of that though, we got Karaoke with Cajun every Friday. We got Virgo Vibes coming out very soon where you get to talk about life topics from a Virgo perspective. But we also have, we invite you others in here too, though. We invite you others. So like we want your perspective, but you're going to hear it from a Virgo perspective. Outside of that, my family all in here right this minute. So please fave and share all that good stuff. We like to network, but as always, I say keep it spicy already.
Oh, we definitely keep it spicy here in the Juices Live. But anyways, I am Jen and Juice. I am the host of this show right here, right now. You guys can catch me every Saturday. You gotta say it that way or it does not count. Every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Tagged app. Also, you can catch me every Wednesday, like Mistress said, for the show Her with our co-host Vicky. She's out right now. She just had a little baby Bailey. She is a new crew to her. But also, you guys can catch me to the all-new show, Jen Got to Hook Up, every Friday. Yep, I'm saying it that way. Every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure y'all tap into that. But yes, so we're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. Oh, yeah. Catch me late nights into very early mornings in or on Fortnite, okay? But anyway, upbringing and early life experiences can significantly impact one's current mental health. Traumatic events such as abuse or neglect can lead to the development of mental health disorders such as anxiety or depression. Additionally, negative family dynamics such as dysfunctional patterns or conflict may contribute to low self-esteem and difficulty forming healthy relationships. On the other hand, a supportive and nurturing upbringing can enhance mental resilience and promote overall well-being. Ultimately, early life experiences play a crucial role in shaping one's mental health outcomes as they influence the development of coping skills, self-perception, and ability to navigate challenges. So that first question is,
how has your upbringing and early life experiences affect your current mental health?
Ouch. Okay, let's go.
we got right in there, y'all.
We got right in there. Meat and potatoes. Let's get it. Would you like to go first, ma'am?
Absolutely not. You go right ahead.
Absolutely not. She said absolutely not. All right, big bet. I got you. Yes, I'll get into it. Yeah. I am a very big advocate of my father. A lot of what I do right now is to make his name continue on, like why I cook hot sauce, why I sell food, why I cook food, and like that his mental process also got passed down to me as well. So when it comes to my mental health and how he affected it, he showed me, or at least he told me, what he thinks I should be looking for in a wife, in a friend, and in a partner. All of the above. And because he showed me that, and because he showed me his aces, like the ones that was really there, the ones that really stuck, I've modeled that in my own life. Mm-hmm.
So for me growing up, I grew up in East St. Louis, Illinois. If you don't know, Google it. And if people do know, you know, I grew up in a place where that was filled with turmoil, and it was pretty much the ghetto. My mom and dad fought to get there because they were run out of town. Um, it was illegal for them to get married where they lived and grew up their whole lives. So for them, there was trauma from the get go. There was trauma because what they learned their whole entire life, that the church would protect them, the church would be a part of their lives and make sure that they were okay and safe. When they went to the church for sanctuary, it wasn't there for them. So they were run out of town and ran to a place that was 10 times worse. And so, so for what it was, my father for a long time said it was just us against the world. And he lived that law for a very long time. And my father and my mother were very good to me. I'm not saying that I lived this grimy life growing up or anything like that. They were beautiful parents. I'm an only child, so it wasn't that I didn't want for anything. But because of my father's childhood traumas, it spilled off onto me because of what he experienced growing up and what he experienced and didn't take care of growing up. I ended up having to deal with. He became a alcoholic at a very young age. So I had to experience that. So for me, everything that I do, like you, Spicy, is because of my dad and my mom. My father was the reason why I became a therapist, was because he was in rehab so many times because of his alcoholism. And I saw the work that these people were doing with my dad, that I wanted to do that too. So that's why I became a therapist. And for me, it's been my lifelong work and calling. And sometimes people say that you are called to do something by a higher power. I don't necessarily think I do a great job, but I can see my best friend right here is looking at me and saying, yeah, whatever. But I would like to say that I help people and make sure that they're okay. But because of my upbringing with my mom and dad, that is why I'm here today where I am. So.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, for me, my upbringing wasn't that great. My mother wasn't hardly there. She wasn't a mom. So I did have like a woman figure to kind of around, but it wasn't like my mother. Every child needs their parents. My dad was in and out. Like he was more there than my mother was. But she wasn't a real mom. So for me, as a parent now, it's the reason why I parent the way I do now, due to the fact of not having my mom there or having those good, loving moments that you need as a child. So this is why, if anybody knows me, know I'm all about my kids. My kids are with me 24/7, all the time. Whether if I go out, they out. We're doing family things. Whatever whatever I missed out on growing up that I wanted, I do with them. Whether it's doing school projects together, whether it's make the shirts. I'm the mom that makes the shirts and do the baking, and I do all that because I feel like that's also healing my inner child as well when I do these projects and do these things with them. But I will say, I am grateful for all the good and the bad I went through because I wouldn't be the person I am today.
So, When I was really young, like at a younger age, we always had something I call the family table. And like at dinner, we always had to put, no TV, no nothing, but we would have conversations, talk about our day or whatever. But the older we got, it was more of a clue that like things weren't really right with my mom and my dad. It was like they were in a long distance relationship in the same household. My mom was a very avoidant, style, and my dad was probably a more of an anxious style. So I had a little bit of both of those thrown in there with my little crybaby gangster. But my dad, he was very, a really good father as a child. But the older we got, he had gotten into a car accident and it affected his brain very, very horribly. And so, as like a young adult, I'll say in my teens, I think I was like 11 years old when he got into his accident. So from that moment on, it kind of changed the trajectory of my childhood. He was very mentally abusive, very always yelling, and that's why, like, for me now, I've been also in a couple abusive relationships, so I think that growing up with that, it seemed like more of a norm. Not saying it's right, but it seemed like it was almost like home, right? Someone who yells and things like that, even though I very much hated it and I tried to avoid anyone like that, but I very much end up finding someone who was almost twinning, So that's something that I now, talk about in therapy. I'm very much in therapy. So that's something that I know that has to be fixed, or healed in that aspect. So I know that I find healthy, healthy relationships, healthy connections, because that type of thing was very much a norm in my household as an older child. When it's most detrimental for a woman to know and learn how a man is supposed to treat her, I very much didn't have that. Not blaming him, because as an adult I also take accountability for the actions or the things that I put up with. But like I said, when you dealt with something and screaming your whole life, it's like, oh, this is just like home. It's a comfortability in the uncomfortableness. So but it also is kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen the experiment they talked about, where a child with an alcoholic, or two twins with an alcoholic father, one becomes an alcoholic and one becomes better. I, on the other hand, wanted to make sure that I heal those parts, so I never project my familial pains onto my future children. So I wanted to make sure that was great. I wanted to make sure that I can heal those parts so my children will have a healthy upbringing. And I've always wanted, if I have a family myself, to have that family table, because those are the things that I kind of held on to from young childhood. Sitting at the dinner table, being able to talk about my feelings. That's one thing I could say. Like, my mom was very much spoke to us like adults, right? She didn't baby us, like baby talk us. She very much let us know, kind of what was what from a young age, but we were also very coddled. So I didn't get to experience a whole lot of stuff as far as the world and how ugly it was, because they very much sheltered us. So that kind of, created something too, to get into a world where you think everyone's heart is like yours. I'm going to tell you, that's probably been my greatest disappointment in life, is that not everyone is built like me. So, yeah. But do you have anything else to say? No. If y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. We have so much more to come, y'all. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Red Room Talk. We just discussed how was your upbringing, early life experience, and oh Lord, we took a long time. But now we're going to get a bit deeper, okay? Unresolved traumas and past events often cast long shadows over our well-being, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in profound ways. These experiences can manifest as anxiety, depression, or persistent sense of unease, often resurfacing in moments of stress or vulnerability. For many, the inability to process and heal from these events creates a cycle of distress where certain triggers can evoke memories and feelings long buried, whether it's the loss of a loved one, an abusive relationship, or more subtle forms of an emotional neglect. The impact on one's mental health can be significant. Acknowledging these unresolved traumas is the first step towards healing. It opens the door to self-reflection and seeking support, whether through therapy, support groups, or personal practices like journaling or meditation, allowing individuals to reclaim their narrative and build more resilient sense of self. So that next question is,
are there any unresolved traumas or past events that continue to impact your well-being?
Ugh, you coming with it tonight, Jen. All right. Well, God dang it. Dang it,
There's
man.
nothing off the table in the Red Room Talk.
Man. Like, I didn't know what the whole hit, though. Like, I got you. Oof. Oof. Y'all making me get in touch with myself right now. Okay, bet. Let's go.
It's a safe space. It's
Yes.
definitely a safe
There
space.
is for me, but like I always do. Would you like to go first, ma'am?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No worries. No worries. Like Jen has this funny way of touching the special part in my soul when she asks me questions because we always have deep conversations. So let's go. Um, yes, there is unresolved trauma because I don't have trauma from my childhood. Like my parents were amazing. Like it's not that for me. For me, it's relationship trauma. That's where it's at for me because like dang it, Jen. I'm a Virgo, so like I'm not gonna say everything with my words. I'm gonna say with my face. Like, are you gonna see my expressions on my face? And like, if you can't figure out that type of terminology, then we'll never connect, like ever. But I've dealt with women who have felt like their feelings meant more than factual information. And like me trying to be the fixer got lost in the sauce, and instead of addressing the feeling, I'm looking at logic and I don't understand. So now we're at an impasse, right? You're over here telling me your feelings, but I'm telling you what actually happened. And um that's where my trigger is right there. A woman that yells at me and brings that male energy and brings that like that like to you, you know what I'm saying? Like that energy, like you gonna listen to me, like that I'm a snap. I'm a snap real quick. But I ain't gonna snap the way you think because most folks they get loud. I'm a Virgo. I get quiet. I get real quiet. I get
Ding,
real
ding,
quiet.
ding.
So like if I don't say nothing, that's a problem. If I ain't talking to you about something, that's a problem. Like if I feel like it's unsafe for me to speak about whatever it is because you gonna flip out, that's a problem. Um, and I would say that would be where all my triggers really reside right now in my lifetime here at the ripe old age of 39 years old is
For anyone
that.
requesting the box, y'all, this is a featured show. We have guests, but if you would like to speak after, please hold your horses, y'all. We will get to you after, and we'll be able to have an open panel after the show. So please hold. Don't go away. We can still talk after the show. But sorry.
Definitely, we still want you. We still want you. Just hang out for a second. Enjoy the show. Yes. But no, I mean, I think that's where it is for me because women that bring that independent masculine energy where I don't need a man and I don't need this and I don't need that. Well, guys like me are sitting here looking at you like, what do you need this for? At all. Because I'm over here looking at you like I need you, but you don't need me. So now we're at an impasse. Like, what do you mean you don't need me? You want me, but you don't need me. I don't like that. If I need you, you should need me as much as I need you. Equally, equally yoked on that one right there. It's not that I need you to babysit me or I need you to be my mama. What I need you to do is pour into me the way I pour into you. And when you don't do that, that's where my mental trigger snaps right there. Right there. Yep. I don't even go no further.
Tender.
So for me, again, I don't have a lot of childhood traumas. My parents were amazing, even with my father being an alcoholic. Um, as both of you know, my mom and I were besties until she passed away. So it was not one of those things that was a trigger. I think the grieving part is harder than anything. Again, I think I agree. My triggers are more, my trauma is more with relationships. I don't. No, I'm not a gold digger. If I was a gold digger, I would be on a yacht somewhere.
I wouldn't have gave that no life at all. We already know what it is.
So my triggers are with relationships. I am very much a person that sticks with someone till the very end until it is too much, until literally I cannot anymore. Uh, and I'm loyal to a fault. Um, my family is very important to me. Always has been. And when my mom was here, my mom and I were a package deal, point blank, period. And there were a lot of people that I was in relationships with or thought about being in relationships with that really didn't believe that we were a package deal. They thought, oh, well, we could get together and eventually she wouldn't be a package. I would forget that we were a package deal, and that didn't happen. So for me, my trauma is more about people not hearing me as a person. I've been called aggressive, especially on on platforms, which I am probably the least aggressive person that I know. I'm very not. Um, if anything, I'm probably the least aggressive. I'm probably one of these people that would be like, "Oh, really? Okay, well, let's talk about this. Let's think about it." But I definitely feel that my trauma comes from relationships and come from the lack thereof. For me, I don't need the big stuff. I just need somebody to love me. Period. That's what I want. I want someone to love me. I want I just want that. And for some reason, that's just too hard for some people. And I don't know why that's too hard. But I digress.
It's not for the heart that's meant to love you. Just had to say that.
Well, for me, I think it's a mixture of both for me. Obviously, I have traumas from childhood stemming from, my parents. I'm in therapy. I'm big on therapy. It's okay. I feel like people think that because you go to therapy, there's something wrong with you or you're crazy or whatever. No, it's okay. I was in therapy at a young age. I stopped. I had my kids, whatever. And anybody that knows me knows the last 2 years have been a lot for me. And I put myself back in therapy because I felt like I wasn't okay. So it's okay, to go to therapy. But I will say my issues were, well, I'm dealing with some of these issues still. I have abandonment issues, and that stems from my mother and all them. So like as Tender said, I stayed in relationships way too long that I knew that I shouldn't be in anymore, and I should have let go. But because you have that, well, they could change, or you remember the good times, and you think like maybe we get back to that. Which now I am more vocal. Before I used to be like, oh, I'm gonna go with the flow, and it is what it is, and I'm just gonna deal with it. Like, I'm more vocal of how I'm feeling. I do my check-ins. If something's not for me, it's not for me. It might hurt me, and if I have to leave it, I'm gonna leave it. This is something I'm still working on, but I've grown a lot these last 2 years, I would say, because I'm really trying to be the best version of myself. Because if I can't work on me and be good for me, I'm not good for my kids. I'm not good for my future spouse. So I'm still on my journey, but I'm getting there.
I did this to myself, didn't I? Okay. So, a lot of you know, I went through an abusive relationship. It's definitely something that continues to impact me, but it's something I very much have a chokehold on. I go to therapy every week. I go to for PTSD for battered women. So I do that every week. My therapist and I are like besties. Trust me, she's pretty much heard it all, and even about a lot of you. But it's something that'll probably hang on to me for a while, and I hate it because I think, and even I've talked about this in therapy, I'm very much a perfectionist, right, when it comes to myself, and I don't like feeling uneased at all. And so I think in the beginning, especially, I was trying to rush the healing process, and now I'm in reality that I have to feel it, right? Because at first I was trying to avoid feeling it. I would be on here and didn't really want to like talk about it. I very much hid it for a long time, and a lot of you didn't know. But now I think talking about it has helped me process it a lot more, hearing it out loud. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when you write something down, right? You can't hide it. You have to face it. And so for me to be able to talk about it today and not cry, even though I very much inside kind of want to cry sometimes, but that's how you know you're starting to heal, when you could talk about it and not cry. And all I'm going to say, I guess, is my biggest lesson that I learned from that, and I took a lesson from it, was to love yourself first. And so even though it's something that I still continue to deal with, I also is something that has strengthened me in a way that I needed. And maybe that is why, God decided that I was one of those people who needed to have that strengthening lesson, because I forgot who the fuck I forgot who I was. Oops, sorry. I forgot who I was, and I needed to learn who I was, and so that is why I think I went through that. But yeah. Anyways, sorry.
So can I say something? Can I throw something in there?
Yes.
So a lot of times, what people don't realize is that with a lot of times we with adult relationships, we often look for what we are used to or what we have seen growing up in our parents.
Mm-hmm.
And what we don't realize is that a lot of times we want these qualities that our fathers have, that our fathers have, and we want these things that our moms have. And what we don't realize is we're looking at these people and they're just like our mom and dad, but we don't realize that a lot of times it's the way that some of the qualities that we don't necessarily need and that we don't necessarily quote unquote like in our parents. And a lot of times we tend to find those things, and I do it too. I have found this person. He's the best thing in the world. I love him. He's just like my father. And then 5 months later, I'm like, oh my God, he's like my father.
See, and what's crazy for me is I remember in my dating journey, right? Because I didn't date all through high school. I've only had 2 relationships my entire life, right? And I tried to find someone completely opposite of my father, okay? My father was a white man. I dated a black man. I thought that if he was this and this and that and looked different, that it was going to be different. But guess what? He was almost twins. So you think that because somebody looks different or they're from different areas that it's going to be different, but you don't realize that you're actually attracted to qualities that your parents possess. Yep. I mean, he was a funny man. My father, that's where a lot of my sense of humor comes from, I promise you.
Absolutely.
So, I thought I was finding something different when in actuality I found someone who had a lot of those qualities. I just didn't realize. But that's why I was attracted, because it was a comfort without even realizing.
And that's not
that
a bad
was the part.
thing. Yeah. What people think is that, oh my God, it's a horrible thing that I want to find someone like my father or find someone like my mother. It doesn't start off like that.
Oh, yeah,
what we have to realize is that we have to look at it for what it is. Okay, I find these qualities attractive in this person because of this, and this. What we have to realize very soon is the red flags that start and how soon they start.
And my favorite color is red, so let me tell you, okay? It was hard. No, I'm just teasing y'all. But y'all, you know what that means. When you hear that sound, that means we are at our hot seat question segment. Our hot seat is left up to the fate of the audience. That's right. I went to Instagram to ask our peers what they wanted to ask for this week's hot seat question. If you want your question to be featured on next week's episode, make sure you go to my profile, click that icon, and follow me on Instagram, and look out for that hot seat question posted. No, do not ask me if I'm single, because yes, I am, and quit asking that question, Lord. But now is the time in the comments that I need you guys to tell me on the panel who you want to answer tonight's hot seat question before I reveal it. Go ahead and enter in the comments now. Not now, but right now. Why did you just make that face, Lord? Don't be scared. He said Jessica Rabbit.
I'm a little scared.
Oh! Hello, y'all. Hello, chat. We need your help. Who
Testing,
on the
1,
panel
2,
do
3.
you want to answer tonight's hot seat question? Ooh, we got a Cajun. We got a mistress. We got a tender.
Ooh. Okay, so I got a spicy right there. Okay, I see it.
We need one more. Somebody throw one. Come on, y'all. I know y'all are out there looking at me, okay? I know I'm fine, but can you enter in the comments who you want to answer the question on the panel, okay, tonight, y'all?
What y'all say, gang? What y'all say, gang?
Greg said. Greg, say something, mother trucker. Hit. Oh, not you. Not you saying Jen. Okay.
That's one for everybody.
That's one for everybody. We need one mistress with her. Oh.
Not too much on me.
Okay, we need a tiebreaker here. Okay, we got one more in the audience, y'all. We need a tiebreaker. I know there's more of y'all here. Okay, turn that volume up.
Well, see, you guys don't know me, so I think it should be one of the people that...
No, but that's perfect. She knew.
Actually, you know what? I'm the host. So I'm going to choose tonight. And we're going to choose... Tender. You did that to yourself. So anyway, this week's hot seat question is... What impact do you think social media and digital technology have on yourself and others' overall mental well-being?
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, so not that, well, y'all two know this, but I actually quit social media for a long time because of an incident, and I had to take a step back and look at myself as a person. There were people that I thought I was really close with, and I weren't really close with them. I thought we were family. We weren't family. I thought that we had a bond. Clearly, we did not. And this was these were people that I had known for years. It wasn't like I just met them like 2 weeks ago. It was years of bonding with these people, and it had me very devastated. It really affected me mentally at a time where I already had personal things going on. My mom was sick, so I didn't have that outlet, and I didn't have that core that I always went to. So for me, social media and the platform was very destructive, to the point where I almost never stream. I didn't stream that much anyway, but I very rarely, you very rarely see me on or in somebody's live, or any of that, because it took a lot of them. It took a lot of talking for them to even get me on here, because I don't like to, it gives me anxiety just being on here because of that. Roger, I agree with that. The problem is we have a generation now that only knows social media. They don't know how it feels to just talk on the phone, or just talk to friends at school and not be able to get in contact with them any other way and go home. I'm showing my age, but when I went to school, there were only landlines. There weren't computers. There wasn't social media. So if you and someone else had beef or issues, you had beef or issues at school, 3:30 hit, you go home, and pretty much you forgot about it by the time you got back to school the next day. So it was over. Now a person that's being bullied, they see it all day, every day, 24 hours a day. So it really affects them mentally. Relationships, I have clients where the boyfriends or girlfriends, even girlfriends now, I need your location. Why does your boyfriend need your location? Um, well, he or she needs to know where I'm at all times. I didn't have my mama's location, so why does he need your location? Y'all not even married. Like, I don't get why these people are, don't get me wrong, I have friends' locations, so I don't want anybody, I have several friends' locations. So, but there's a difference in having friends locations because you guys are friends and you want people to know where you are because you watch Snapped, and you don't want to be, you want them to find, you want people to know if something happens to you, or like I said that, right. But I think that that's very important because there are so many platforms now of that you can get on, and people say, well, I cut somebody off of all of those. Um, it's, but how many platforms are there? It's very hard to get away from social media these days. It's very hard. For me, I left because it wasn't good for my mental health. It wasn't good. And these ladies know they know the whole story, and they know that I get on every once in a while, but
Then I force her. Like tonight.
yes, they force me. But for other people, I see the excitement. I see why they love it. I understand it. Um, but for other people, I think they don't quite understand what is real and what is social media. Like, I think the lines are blurred. So I think that they really have to make sure that they understand that this is reality and this is real life and this is social media, because sometimes not only do they get the lines blurred, but the people watching them get the lines blurred.
And I can attest to that part, not to cut you off, but like, especially being a streamer, right? A lot of people don't realize that we're real humans behind this camera. They feel like, oh, like, I'm not mechanical. I promise you, I still bleed red when you cut my skin. I still get sad. I still get anxious. I still get, upset. And I think people with social media, it's almost like they forget because they are so numb to the fact, because seeing all the things on social media. That's why they even say, like, kids with video games start to even become like numb to like things like death and such, because they see it so desensitized. That's the word I was looking for. Desensitized to the things. But I'm still very much a human behind this. When you guys post on those T pages, when you guys do those type things, those things affect us as humans because we have feelings and we're real humans.
Right.
Y'all look at us as celebrities, but we're very much still people behind the camera.
I have a number of young adolescents and young adults that come to me, strictly because of social media and strictly because they have been on social media and something has happened, and whether they have had pictures out there that have been posted of them, or videos, or any of those things, and where even 10 years ago those things wouldn't have been out there like that. Now it's so bad where you can AI something and it doesn't even have to be you, and you can digitally make a person look like you, and people will be, oh, it's you. And so I think that we definitely have to make sure that we understand, and the people watching understand, that there's a difference between real life and live shows and or streaming or whatever, because I don't think that a lot of people quite understand those things. And it definitely makes a difference.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did I answer the question?
You sure did.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
If y'all are just pulling up, you're late. But you have not missed everything. We still have a little bit more to discuss. You guys can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are
Very much
requesting the
great.
box, do understand this is a featured show. And if you have anything to say, you guys can jump in the box after the show. I promise I'll let you get in to talk. But we just discussed how does your environment and support system, or excuse me. We just discussed, how does your upbringing and early life experience affect your current mental state? Are there any unresolved traumas or past events that continue to impact your well-being? But now I want to know about your surroundings. The environment we are in and the support system we have play a crucial role in our mental well-being. A positive and nurturing environment can provide a sense of safety, stability, and comfort, which can reduce stress and anxiety levels. Similarly, a strong and supportive network of family, friends, and professionals can offer emotional support, encouragement, and guidance when faced with the challenges or mental health issues. Having these elements in place can promote mental well-being by fostering positive emotions, a sense of belonging, and access to resources that can aid in maintaining good mental health. So that next question is,
Does your environment and support system contribute to your overall mental well-being? Do you regularly do check-ins with friends or family?
Well then, all right. Um, yes. My personal surroundings do play a big part on my mental health because both of my significant others are great supporters. They're great supporters. I got one woman that builds me up in the morning, helps me get going in the morning for my day, and then another one that actually contributes a whole lot more on the stream because that's where her role is. That's where she helps me out the most. But both of these ladies are amazing ladies, and I would never say that they don't build me up in my mental health because they make it to where I can come out here and stream for you guys and be in a good place all the time, no matter what's going on. Like, because I don't have to deal with everything. Sometimes my MVP people, they take care of it for me, so I don't have to. So I could focus on this for y'all. Because otherwise, you would catch a grumpy Cajun, you would catch an emotional Cajun, you would catch an angry Cajun, and nobody wants to come to the show to see all that. So, they keep me balanced on both sides, my left hand and my right hand. You feel me? Like, yeah, both of them do. Um, Outside of that, my mother's amazing. And when those two are out of whack, my mother rings them in for me with me. You know, we all have a group talk and trying to bring it back into focus, like what the real goal is and what we're really trying to do. But I think that my support system really is the reason why you have me the way I am right now.
not the comments. Sorry, I tried so hard.
I was trying not to laugh.
I was trying not to laugh,
trying
Lord.
not
I
to
tried.
laugh.
I'm like, don't flinch, Heifer. Don't flinch. Okay. But no, that's great. Hey, listen, this is one thing about this show. We have people from all different backgrounds, and that's why we're here, to show that no matter who you are, where you're from, we all have commonalities when it comes to matter of mind and heart. Love is love, no matter what facet it's in. But go ahead, tender Lord.
I'm sorry, you let me lose my goddamn face now. Hang
I'm
on.
not laughing at you, Spicy, because hey, I'm with it. If you look,
You like it, I love it. If it's Gucci,
I love love. Everybody knows I love
I got a lot of love
love.
to give. I really do.
I love love. So look, I can't get somebody to text me back. So if you can
Right, I
get
can't
two
even get a
text you
text
back,
back neither. Okay, it's
for
bullshit.
real. So for me, it's very ironic. This is the question because like 15 minutes before the chat before I literally uh, Strawberry and was texting like I'm a little low, I don't really feel like, and she was like it's gonna be okay. And not only she just brought in like Jen and just had this whole FaceTime powwow, and I'm like, not y'all bringing in the big guns, really? Like y'all doing this? Like what? Like what? I didn't mean for everybody to come and do that. So I call my people my tribe. I have had my tribe a long time. My bestie and I have been through a lot together for a very long time. But she's been through my mom passing away this year. Suddenly, you know, relationships and things like that. Jen also. So for me, um, to have my tribe, not only on streams, but off streams. You know, I have my people here because where I live, I don't have family where I am, so I'm the only one here. So I have a family that's not blood relatives, but they are my family, and I definitely they make sure that I'm okay. So I think that it's very important to your environment to have those people because you definitely need those things. But I also have a an addition, and I'm going to show my addition. So I'm going to do that. So
Okay, that's nice.
so my baby, he's sleepy now. So this is Zeus. Um, and he is one of my supporters and he's one of my tribe for real. He definitely makes me feel better. Um, he keeps me on my toes. Definitely. I'll put you back so you can go back to sleep because this is the only time you're quiet. So, but he was my gift from my mom. My mom made me get him. I didn't want him. She made me get him, and then she passed away suddenly. So, second cousin twice removed. Oh well, thank you, Roger. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yes, I like I said, my tribe. I love my people. Make sure that I'm good all the time, every day, and I appreciate that because I don't have children. I don't have a significant other, so I need that around me. So,
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal.
so
Mistress?
Well, I am that friend. I check on everybody. I'm calling you. You're not answering me. All right, I'm gonna give you a minute. But eventually, you're gonna get a FaceTime from me. What's up with you? I'm texting. I'm calling. All that. But also the same people that I check on, they check up on me. And Tender, Jen, Andrews, the list goes on of people that are part of my circle. My sister, both my sisters. Um, Roger, we don't know each other like that. But if you want me to check up on you, I will. Anyways, I feel like people, like for me, no matter what I'm going through, if someone calls me, I'm gonna answer. Someone texts me, I'm gonna respond back. Um, just like Tender said earlier, she sent me a whole thing, but then she said, "Oh, I don't want to bother you, girl. Bye. Like, what's the problem? Like, I don't care if I'm going through it. We're gonna sit there and talk about both our stuff. We're gonna go through it together. And I like to surround my people around me that are similar to me. Because again, if I'm pouring into you, I would want that back. I treat people the way, like, we learned in the kindergarten, treat everyone the way you want to be treated. So I treat my friends the way somewhat reciprocated, and my peoples, and we've been rocking for a couple of years now. So we good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cry.
Don't, because I already knew what I was gonna say. So these two women right here in these boxes, I would not be here without neither one of them. Would probably, you would have been at my funeral by now. These two women saved my life, most definitely.
It made me cry.
So without them, I would not be here. They got me out of a situation that I couldn't even get myself out of. So I'm very blessed to have these two women in my life. They are both strong women. And I think it takes a strong tribe of women to have behind you. And while, yes, I do have guy friends that very much were there for me too, but these two women made that call that day that I couldn't make myself. So to have them two in my corner has been my life's greatest blessing, because I don't think I would have been here to tell the story. And of course, they are not the only ones. I have a lot of you here on this app who were there for me when my own family wasn't. So I have a phenomenal tribe of people. A lot of people who I met, yes, on this very app. We have the Roxys, we have the Gregs, we have the Firemans, we have the Shine Brights, we have the whole lot of y'all that come in here every single day and uplift me, even when I'm having a bad day. I don't think any of you guys really understand that you are the reason that I've kept going. You are the reason that I here and doing this show, because I wanted to quit. You are the reason I'm here on this app, because I did not want to be on here. I'm telling you, it was the hardest thing to get back on here, and to especially bring back the show and to be able to talk about these things. But I know now that it's needed, that there's women out there who have went through the same thing and they're too afraid to leave. And I'm here to tell you that your current situation does not have to be your destination. That's why I put that as my caption the other day. So just understand that no matter what you're going through, that does not have to be the end of your story, because it was not the end of mine. So I love each and every one of y'all, of course.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
I love y'all. But I definitely do regular check-ins with them as they do regular check-ins with me. Even if we might go a minute, we know that no matter what, we don't ever get upset. We just know that life be lifing, and we check on each other. I even check on some of y'all. If I haven't seen you, I'm like, dang, I ain't seen Roger Rabbit in a while. I'll see. So now I'm gonna know Roger Rabbit. I'm gonna do a check-in. Like,
I gotta check up on him.
where he at though? So I make sure to check up on my friends. Even Shine Bright, as much as yesterday, I made sure to check up on her, because I was like, dang, I ain't heard from her yesterday. Let me check on her. So just make sure you check on your friends, even the funny ones, the happy ones. Those are the ones you need to check on closely, because a lot of us use humor and laughter to cover up a pain. So just know.
So I will tell you this: 99, 99, 78% of people that are very funny, very humorous, are are undiagnosed bipolar disorder. They use humor as a way of, and they're usually symptomatic when they're doing their funny bits or whatever, and they're the most creative. I use the great example of Robin Williams. One thing he said when he was alive is that whenever he was at his most creative when he was symptomatic and he was manic. So a lot of times when you see these people on stage and they're great and they're funny and they're very outspoken, and it doesn't have to be funny. They can be these very very poetic, all of these things. A lot of times they're hurting, and you don't know that they are.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be funny. It can be it can be someone that's creative with songwriting, or creative acting, or any of those things.
Mm-hmm. And I will say this too. Let me just with one more point. Sometimes it's harder to reach out because I can tell you in my darkest day I was unable to reach out. I couldn't tell you guys what was going on. It was something I very much hid. So don't forget to reach in. A lot of us can't reach out, so make sure you're reaching in with your friends. I will also be posting the numbers to the hotlines, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. I will be posting the National Alliance of Mental Health Illness text number, and also the Veterans Crisis Helpline and the LGBTQ Suicide Prevention Hotline. So I cover all the bases. I will be posting those later. So make sure y'all, if you do need that, and also don't be afraid to reach out. It only takes one word, and I'll make sure that whatever the help you need, I can help you find it. If I can't help you, I'll find someone who can help you.
And the Veterans 988 number, if you call that number and you're not a veteran, they won't turn you away. They will talk to you. So don't feel like, oh, that's the Veterans 988 number. I work for the Air Force. So if you call 988 and you want to talk to someone and you're not a veteran, they will not turn you away. They will talk to you.
So I will be posting those after the show. But y'all, if y'all are just pulling up, it's over. Okay, it's over. Beyonce Hova. But this was the Red Room Talk, y'all. You can find us every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight's topic was mental health check. You're definitely late, but do not fret, y'all. You can find us every week on YouTube, which you can find by clicking the icon on my profile and subscribing. But also, y'all, I know I'm a little behind on there, but I am definitely working on catching up on all the episodes. We're just a little behind, but I'm getting them posted this weekend. The rest of them will be up to date, and I will be posting them. But as always, we do like to come to a place of healing, and I do a weekly quote. So this week's quote is, the most courageous act is to honestly acknowledge and evaluate one's mental health. For it is through self-awareness and introspection that we can mend our emotional wounds, cultivate resilience, and embark on transformative journey towards true healing and inner peace. Y'all, this was the Red Room Talk. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for pulling up. And as always, I appreciate all of you here on the panel. Do please give your outros, and then I will play a little ditty, no ditty.
Little ditty, no ditty. Let's go. Ma'am, would you like to go first?
Absolutely not. We've done this whole hour.
I love it. We got a cadence now. Now we know each other. I love it here.
We're cousins now, so.
Yeah, oh yeah, I see it. I love it here. All right, big bad. So, everybody, my name is King Cajun. I'm here all the time. I like to sell hot sauce, so if you like spicy food or if you want to try something different, bang my line on Instagram. We'll get something going for you. If you want to try and make something of your own, we'll do it together. We'll show everybody how we do it. And then when we do it, we'll give it to the world. Bring some spice and flavors to everybody's life. You feel me? I'm the leader of the Spicy family. Come see my family. Come see everybody in my family. They're all in here right now. Just fave them. Yeah, fave them. And we got a fave party on the 26th of December. Everybody's invited. Please come see us and get your favorites up, because I got to get mine up. I'm rebuilding. Awesome. Going for this top badge, and with all your guys' support, I hope I get there. Your turn, honey.
I'm Tender174, and I just wanted to answer one of the questions. There was a question on here, and I have to answer it. I'm sorry. I'm so much a therapist. So Roger, just to let you know, on those hotlines, they are actually therapists. I actually volunteer on one of the hotlines because they have to be actual therapists. They actually have to be licensed, and they do very much care. So if you've heard that, that is not a truth. I've worked on many of those hotlines, and that is not a truth. So my name is Tender174. I don't stream. I don't. I lurk in the dark, and and I play Fortnite, not very well, but with but I look really good at not playing very well. So I am on. So you might catch me like not streaming at all, but anytime. Anytime someone needs anything, these lovely ladies have my whatever, my how to get in contact
Social media
with
and all that.
my social media and all of that. Um, if you need anything, like I said, I am not one that will leave someone in the dark. If you have any questions about mental health, anything like that, if you have questions that you weren't comfortable asking in the chat and you just wanted to ask me privately, don't ask me in my DM. I don't even check this. Like I don't even get on in this DM or so, but get into contact with Jen, our mistress, and they will definitely get in contact with me, and I will be more than happy to help you get to where you need to be. So it has been an honor. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, both of you.
Well,
Enough now.
no, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I'm the co-host, Mistress Strawberry, aka Flesta, Flesita, whatever you want to call me. You can catch me here at Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also catch me here again on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the show Her with Jen and our other co-host, Vicky Secrets. And I have another show in the works. It's going to be called Mistress After Dark. So, keep an eye on that. It's a little, because so Latina, a little spice. I mean, a little spicy. But, yeah.
As I said before, I did just post those just now while I was talking to y'all. I just posted those suicide prevention hotline and text numbers. So if you do need to reach out, do not be afraid to reach out. And if you know anybody who needs that, you can always go refer to my profile. I did just post those for anyone who needs those. But I am Jen and Juice. I am the host of this show right here, right now. You guys can catch me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't catch me on Saturdays, you guys can catch me Wednesdays on our show Her with Little Mistress here and Miss Vicky, who is away right now at the moment. But you guys can catch us on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. And then again, the brand new show that I just started. I know we have a whole lot of content over here, but I'm a content creator through and through. But Fridays at 8 p.m. I have a new show. It's a dating show. It's called Jen Got the Hookup. So I'm going to hook y'all up. Okay, I'm going to help y'all find love, hopefully. But yeah, so make sure you guys check in and check my bio. All those are listed there. But I stream late nights into early mornings, and yeah, be getting on the sticks and playing Fortnite. So catch me there too. But yeah, I'm gonna play a little Diddy No Diddy. Well, go ahead. You got something to say?
I was gonna say for the text messaging numbers, those are all anonymous, so don't think that they're going to keep your number and write them down and know who you are. Everything is anonymous, so they will not know who you are.
Yeah.
Already.
Thank you. All right, y'all.
Now can I get up?
Hold on. Let's not do this.
I'm dead as hell. Great show, honey. Great show. I love it here. I love it here.
What up,